go ahead and get
Yo, 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 yo. Hey guys, how's it going? Just sharing on Instagram that we're live really fast. Christian is quickly making me a coffee, so that's really exciting. Oh wait, is this mine?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, we're live. Hey guys, so nice to see you. Good morning, buenos dias. Oops. Sorry guys, this is gonna be boring for like 2 seconds while we kind of get situated here. Tegan Thomas, missed you too. Hi guys. Hello everyone. Oh, it's the evening for some of you guys. True. Oops. Are you all coffeed up yet, babe?
Coffeed up.
You ready to come hang out?
Can you add people to your live on a YouTube live?
What do you mean? Like, can you talk to people?
No. Like, on Instagram live, you can like allow people to share the screen with you. That'd be so key.
I know. I don't think you can.
I would love to get these guys in. Also, I feel like our webcam always is terrible. Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
I think maybe we're like
blown out.
It's dirty or something. Yeah. Okay. There we go.
Let's clean it.
Ooh, Kylie currently making coffee. Awesome. Happy to have a little coffee morning, coffee date.
One-on-one coffee date.
one-on-one. No, like 2 on 80 coffee date.
Can you guys imagine if we were in a coffee shop right now, all 80 of us?
Really fun.
Pretty crazy how we can do this and talk to each other from anywhere like that.
Yeah, that is really cool.
All right. Hey, guys. Someone asked who's older of the two of us?
Wait, where?
Right here.
Who's older? Oh, of the two of us, I'm older.
Year and a half older. Yeah. She's a cougar.
Hannah. Oh, you met us at the One of a Kind show. Awesome.
Hi, Hannah.
Nice to see you again.
I think let's like guys, we're going to wait until like 5 minutes in until we kind of start talking about anything. We'll just be welcoming you guys, saying hello.
I feel like maybe our webcam is dirty.
Aubrey's cleaning the webcam, guys, with a scrunchie that we got in Peru. That she's worn every single day. So this is probably the dirtiest scrunchie.
No, but it kind of worked actually, I think. I think we're a little bit cleaner.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Hello, Stephanie. Hello, everyone who's here. My girlfriend is 3 years old. Oh, dude, I love having a girl who's older than me. Aubrey knows way more stuff than me. She takes care of me all the time. Like, objectively, Aubrey is I'm getting there. But it's really dope because I feel like if I was the oldest, all the pressure would be on me to grow up the fastest. So
could be.
I love it.
I actually really like dating someone that's younger than me.
Oh, you're unstable.
Oh. Can you guys hear us?
I guess so.
Oh,
Lag.
Sorry,
guys. Here, hold on.
We're
chilling?
Yeah. Can you guys hear us? Just let us know if you can hear us.
We're just going to wait till about 5 minutes to troubleshoot everything. Yes.
Good.
Perfect.
Good. Well,
you guys should first just say hi in the chat. And what are you doing this weekend? Because this weekend, before we get into anything, I think we need to talk about how ridiculous this weekend is. This is like a weekend of weddings.
True.
Not for us, but for people in our life. 2 of my best friends growing up one had his bachelor party all weekend. I just came from it. Aubrey picked me up this morning.
Mm-hmm.
And then later today, one of my other married, which is insane.
Yeah, super crazy.
Would love to hear what you guys are up to over the weekend.
Working on your van, Allison. That's it.
What is wrong with our connection, dude? I hate seeing this. Any divorce parties? We're way too young for divorce parties. Oh, I mean, unfortunately not too young. I've seen 1 or 2 at a time. But no divorce parties. Really waiting on that.
Yeah.
We're writing final papers. That's so fun. I'm going to see all my siblings for the first time in a year this weekend, and they just finished their finals. So, Christmas party last night.
Oh, true. We need to have a Christmas party.
That's true.
Unfortunately, we're leaving to go visit my family on Tuesday for Christmas, so we won't have any time for a Christmas party.
Hold on.
About to leave for Panama.
Very
Amazing.
Cool. Tons of tips. Panama is like the coolest place in the world. Obviously, do you know about Nomadic Movement's little settlement out there? Because that would be super dope to visit.
Super dope.
And then obviously the San Blas Islands are the coolest things ever.
Yeah. Who was that? Aaron Harper. Message us on Instagram if you want any like real
Van life in the new year. How fun is it?
Woo-hoo!
How many people are starting van life? Congratulations.
That is so cool. It's so cool to see how many people are starting van life these days, because like when we first started 3 years ago or whatever, it felt like nobody was doing it.
Yes.
But now I think because social media has grown so much with van life, and a lot of people can visualize
so viral,
it.
like it's such a thing, you know?
Yeah, it seems like a lot of people are having the kind of validation.
It's possible,
like it's
right?
really possible. So it's,
you know what's funny? I was thinking about this the other day. I saw someone's first van picture. We bought a van picture, and I realized every single person who does van life has the exact same "we bought a van" picture, because it's like a selfie in front of your new van,
right?
And one person has a camera, and one person's like sitting on the hood, and everyone looks very excited but very scared. And it's like,
so true.
Here's the keys. We bought our first house. Like, we had the same picture, and everyone we see has the same picture. So. Congratulations to all you new van owners.
That's super cool.
No.
Like Texas here. Texarkana. I saw Houston.
Big ups, baby.
Oh, Los Angeles. There we go. That's my hometown.
So what should we do here? Should we just get into what we've been up to? And
yeah. If you guys
everyone's saying the connection's bad.
Damn.
Yeah, and Aaron, we really hope to meet up with Trinelli. The thing, like, everyone's always telling us you need to meet up with this person. We love to. Like, we love rolling with people more than anything. But South America is so huge. Like, it feels like meeting up with Trinelli. If they're in Colombia and we're in the neighboring Ecuador, is like, just drive over and meet them. But it's like, oh, that's a 28-hour drive or something insane. So
yeah, it's massive.
Yeah.
So
waiting for you, Argentina. Well, let me say to you, first group of people, we are currently planning our trip for next year. And we're going to definitely be in Bolivia, Chile, Argentina, Uruguay, and Brazil probably. And any recommendations that you guys have are big time, because we're just putting that together.
Sure.
Okay, everyone's saying it's loud.
Into the living room, like closer to the Wi-Fi.
I guess let's just hang out here.
Okay.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody.
Oh, you're just saying good morning.
Yeah.
Love it. Well, guys, we're gonna talk a little bit about like our plans, what's coming up for us. And then if you guys have any questions for us, we can do a Q&A and that kind of thing too. So,
we can do the Q&A kind of the whole time. Like, just ask questions and chill. This is a very chill live, because this kind of feels like the end of our YouTube year. Like, we haven't put out our last video for the year yet, but the travels are done. We're in rest mode. We're in chill mode. So, you know, this is just a hangout. So anything you guys can think of, just say what up.
Yeah. So as you guys know, we recently got back to the States, and if you watched our recent video that know that we just got back to the States. We left our van in Peru. It's safely stored away, so we don't have to worry about that. And we're here at our house, which is really, really nice. It's been so nice to have a break, have, things like a toilet and a shower,
Oh, real quick.
Like
I did get your email. Is that I don't know how to pronounce your name. Gian? I did. Incredibly helpful. Thank you so much. This is what I'm saying. Anyone who has any tips for us, let me know.
For our next countries.
Here, hold on. You guys can always chat with us this way too. But that's our email right there. So
you can probably pin this if you want.
Oh, true.
Oh, no, you can't. Okay.
No.
So if you guys have any tips for us for Bolivia, Chile, Argentina, Brazil.
Yeah, and probably Uruguay as well.
Uruguay?
I think we're gonna have to go. Are you saying it differently than me?
I'm trying to say it. Uruguay, I think is
Uruguay.
How you say
Uruguay.
Uruguay somewhere else, and you know how to.
It's definitely not Uruguay.
No, it's not.
No.
Uruguay.
Uruguay.
I think that's how
it's pretty bad. Anyways, that's probably on the list as well.
Yeah.
But sorry, like you're saying.
So you're here in Austin, which has been super nice, hanging out with Christian's family, a lot of our friends. And then we actually are not going back to Peru until end of January. So we have a little bit of time here. And
man, everyone's saying our connection's really bad.
I'm telling you, we should go in the living room.
Okay, let's try. We're moving into the living room, guys. Sorry about the connection. Here, I'll carry this.
Okay, 1 second, guys. Quick intermission.
We can turn the light on.
All right, here we go. This will be better. All right, hopefully it will be better.
You can turn this little guy on.
True.
All right, here we go. No problemo.
Okay.
What did we miss? Well, to answer the Aim and Bet question,
when will you see? Oh, when will you see him?
I don't know. We just spent like 2.5 weeks aiming it back. Loved every minute of it. Missing those guys. They are the best.
Yeah. So we actually didn't film. None of us filmed while we were all there. We kind of all wanted a break from YouTube. So sorry that you guys couldn't hang out with us there.
I know. Had a really good time.
But yeah, we just wanted some. We are actually all real friends. So we wanted to
actually
just
all our best friends.
hang out and have a great time. We got to see Max and Lee as well. So it was super fun.
Okay, so let's answer Stephanie's question because this is like what I've been wanting to talk about. So Stephanie asked, when y'all get home after being on the road for so long, does it take some time to adjust or do you just kind of plug right back in? What would you? I will say this is by far the longest I've ever been like away from the States.
Definitely.
Up until now, like maybe a month was probably the longest that I've been away from the States. And this was, I mean, I had a brief stint away from the States for like 9 months this year. I think 9 months straight. And how long were you away?
I had a quick little break where I went to visit my family for a week.
Yeah.
So it was probably 5 or 6 months or something like that.
And that's 9 months of speaking like pretty much only Spanish. And even though it's not very good Spanish, it's still your brain like shifts into that mode.
Yeah.
So for me, first shocking thing of getting back here after 9 months away was I could understand everyone's stupid conversations. And like you forget how like we have stupid conversations all the time, but then we like thought that no one could understand us. It's kind of a superpower. I don't know if you've ever had this experience, but like if no one in the room speaks your language, it feels very secretive and sneaky and fun. So we could like talk about what we saw or people or anything funny in front of everyone, and we just didn't think about it. And then the first day we were getting back, we were actually still in Lima, but we were like traveling and there were English speakers around us. Yeah. And Aubrey was still doing this. She was still.
But it wasn't like I wasn't saying anything bad about people. No, I was just like observing things about people. That
but for instance, I will show you guys. I will tell you guys. It was super weird because we were in the line at the airport. There were a couple other American travelers right in front of us, and we were wondering if like we were in the right line or something like that. And Aubrey like looks at him and we were wondering if we needed to get our bags tagged, and she's like.
And you were like, well, they have their bags tagged. And I was
I said it under my breath. I was like, they have their bags tagged. Like, I wasn't going to be rude and be like, hi, guys, we've never talked to you before. Like, well, I guess I could have. But anyway, Aubrey's like, oh, no, they just flew from, like, Miami to Dallas. I can see it on their tags. And I was like, dude, you're standing right by these people. Like, that's super weird.
And they did look back and they were like,
they were sketched out. Yeah.
Anyway,
that's what I'm talking about, though. Like, the first thing I noticed is that no one can understand or like everyone can understand you all of a sudden, and you can hear everyone's conversations. It's so distracting. Yeah. Like when Spanish is all around you, you can just work. But like when English is all around you, people are talking about weird things. So
it is very interesting. The other thing that was very like interesting coming back was we felt very much like everything was luxurious, and not that
so luxurious.
Yeah, so luxurious. Not that people in South America live I don't know, not like luxurious lives. Like it's actually way more developed than a lot of people think. But living in a van in South America is not luxurious at all.
Okay, but this is interesting. Like I want to like piece this, like decode this a little bit because this has been the number one thing to stick out to me as well. And I'm trying to find a new way to say it to be more accurate because people in South America, I think the misconception I had growing up at least is that it's a third world country. People are living in, I didn't think everyone was like living in little like Adobe huts, but I was like, there's plenty of that out there. And then you go and it's incredibly developed and it's like mostly first world and it's all just gorgeous and beautiful. One thing I do know, everything is easy in the States and comfortable. Like we are suckers for comfort here. You know what I mean? Even in Europe, there's less comfort. Even in Europe, and people are good, like, they're good with not having AC in their house all the time, or they're good with like walking around outside to drink your coffee instead.
But that's why the U.S. is the number one least environmental country per capita. Like we produce the most. What is that?
Yeah,
called?
We're really bad.
We produce the most waste by far of any other country per capita. Yeah.
Well, there's a couple others I think close now. No.
Yeah, but no, it's per capita. Like China is up there with us, but they have more people. And
because we just are suckers for comfort. Like I never realized it before. Like I'm from Texas, so it's always hot here. So the AC is always on everywhere, and they've got it like to 69 degrees here. Like they get it to a really chilly temp. So after you walk out of 100-degree temperature, you're like, oh, this is so refreshing. Everywhere has the AC cranking 12 months a year.
Right.
And it's like, how, I know now, because we've lived on such a limited amount of power, I know that lights don't take very much power. Little tiny motors for your sink don't take very much power. Even a fridge doesn't take as much power as an AC, not even close. But it's like, how much waste are we creating because we so need to be comfortable? Like, we just need to be cozy and
Cruising Angel just confirmed for us. Greenhouse gas emissions, thank you.
Okay,
U.S. has the highest greenhouse gas
GDP
emissions per capita.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for that clarification. Great word. Great word.
It is true.
Cruising Angel, you can fact check us anytime.
I did see another question with here that I wanted to address. Lynn says, would you feel comfortable traveling South America as a solo lady?
Yeah, it's going to be all you.
Yeah, so if you guys remember a few months ago, Christian went to Europe and I was in Colombia by myself for a couple of weeks. I didn't drive around. I really pretty much stayed in like the one corner of Cartagena that I knew, and people knew, like, there were other overlanders staying in the same place that I was. So I felt safe because there were other people who were like aware of my existence and I knew would have watched out for me if something sketchy was going down. And I think the first week I was really nervous, really nervous, because I do stick out there. There's a lot more machismo culture in Latin America. And so there were a lot of guys talking to me, and that made me feel very uncomfortable. But after a week, I realized like nothing is happening. Nothing bad is happening. And I think that it might have, if I decided I wanted to travel South America as a solo female traveler, especially in a van, it would have taken me probably a month or two to kind of get my groove and figure out, like, kind of get that next level of street smarts almost. But I think it would be doable. Yes. I think it would be stressful. I think you'd have to be really aware all the time. To a level that I don't have to be when Christian is there, but it is really doable. So if you're like down for the challenge, you want to make it happen. There's a lot of other overlanders that are traveling, and usually if you're using the apps that we use to find parking spots, you'll find other overlanders there. You can stay in paid camp spots that are really affordable every night if you want.
Yeah, I will say there's like a group of van lifers that are single, and we've noticed a trend that Okay, true. So we've noticed a trend that like they tend to latch onto other van lifers or like want to join up in overlanding groups or whatever very quickly, and they're very chill and they're very easy to get along with. And I think that's kind of like a really good, I mean, everyone's chill out on the road, but I think it's kind of a way to carry yourself as a solo traveler, like be very open to joining up with other people and being a part of their crew, because like when there's the two of us, we've got more, and and things like that. If it's one person, I don't care if you're a guy or a girl.
Yeah.
Like you can speak to the things of like, do you feel comfortable as a woman in the space or like whatever. But I think also just as a single person, like van life is it is a challenge, especially when you leave the first world, when you leave like the more developed countries and you're going to just less developed places. It's just a little bit harder, It's not that it's impossible. It's not that it's dangerous. It's not that it's scary. It's just more challenging. 100%. And I think that we take turns with that stress. Like we will have times where like Aubry is really feeling down and I will really like do a lot. And then there'll be times where I'll freak out and get anxious and get stressed and need a break. And Aubry just does everything. So like we balance out, and then we have roles, right? Like I do more things with the car itself or with the money, and Aubry does more things with the channel. And it's like, like handling all,
communicating with people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like, that's if you had to handle all that by yourself, it really would be.
Would definitely be a lot. But the other thing about Latin American culture that we found is people watch out for each other, and so because of that, in some ways we feel safer there.
Yes.
In certain situations than we would here. Like we knew, if you guys watched our videos on the El Trampolin de la Muerte, the really crazy road in Colombia, we knew that if something happened, we happened to go over the edge, there would be dozens and dozens and dozens of people that like would help us.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas maybe in the States, somebody would have called 911 and said, hey, a car went over the edge, and then keep driving.
Yes.
And so there's a difference there where people really have your back and are watching out for you.
I certainly feel safer in Latin America than I do here. And I think another big reason is the cops, you know, like
Mhm.
you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Sure, there's some corrupt ones, but we have yet to pay a single penny to a Latin American cop.
There's also not like we
Yeah,
never.
people are still saying we have lag. Sorry about the lag, guys.
Yeah.
I guess just stick with us. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
We'll just keep going.
We'll keep going. Yeah.
But the cops, like even the ones that are corrupt, they're still nice, normal people. They feel like you're talking to another human being.
Mhm.
And I don't know about you guys, but my experience with all cops growing up and here
In the
is
US.
that I don't feel like I'm having a conversation with a person. I feel like it's purely a power dynamic.
Totally.
I don't mean to rant, but like, did you see the video? I saw it last night of the guys in Seattle, the bike cops who ran into a guy and then arrested him for assault. Yeah, it was insane.
Yeah. Yeah, that's been one thing actually. Back to the conversation of like adjustment period here.
Yes.
Both of us, especially being in Texas, because cops are even more intense here, I
Yes.
think, than the rest of the country. We were very nervous about encountering cops.
About coming back.
Yeah.
And I grew up here, and me and my buddies used to get messed with all the time.
Yeah.
In particular, me and my buddy David, who's Puerto Rican, we would always get stopped. We would always get frisked and detained and all kinds of stuff. And so that was what I grew up thinking cops were. And which is really a bummer. And then I think we went to places like, let's say in Colombia, the purpose of the cops is much more to make sure that everyone's like safe, like actually safe.
Yeah.
And like definitely they're corrupt ones. We ran into corrupt cops.
But the worst they're going to do is try to get a bribe from you.
And you know what? I mean, this is unpopular take because corruption's bad and everyone hates it. But unpopular take is that corrupt cops are less scary than, openly corrupt cops
Sure.
are less scary than not openly corrupt cops because
Mm.
the openly corrupt ones you can bribe. So,
That's true.
and they always take it. They
Yeah.
always are chill. So anyways, enough about the police, but
Yeah.
you do not have to worry about cops down there. You do not have to worry about people not looking out for you. You don't have to worry about community, but I do think it's less comfortable, and that would be a big challenge.
Mm-hmm. Willow Rose agrees. She says, I don't know who you are, but felt freer outside of the United States. Policing itself is a social construct of the U.S.
Mhm.
I totally agree. And I feel like if Americans traveled more, we would understand that our systems are not the norm and that there are better ways to do things.
Yes.
And I think that's so important.
Yes.
Yeah.
Preach that. That's a big one I think we learned.
Yeah.
Is like, listen, the States is dope. The States is amazing.
Yeah.
It's a great country. It's an amazing country. But we certainly don't have the best of everything in any way, shape, or form. And the bummer is the myth of the United States is that we're really kept inside the United States.
Mhm.
So if we're never leaving, we're never learning, we're never collaborating and bringing things back. So I don't think we should shame the States. I don't think we should be like the States is terrible because it isn't.
Right.
But we also, as Americans, have to be open to traveling and learning because some systems we have, and we don't really have to go into that, but some systems we have here are just murked and just insane, and we don't even know it because we don't leave.
Yeah, exactly. So any of you guys?
By the way, really quickly on the wedding bands, I've been getting pipped for that ever since I got back. Yes, I am. We're still very married. I might get a tattoo of a wedding band so I don't have to lose my band again.
But we also got a question about this tattoo. Do you want to show yours too?
Oh, sure.
So while you guys might have seen this if you follow us on Instagram, but we got these hats with up in Toronto when we were there with Eamon and Beck and Max and Lee. We crushed one of a kinds with Eamon and Beck's Chaiwala company, and we decided to memorialize the events with tattoos. So this is a star anise, which is one of the spices that they use in their chai. So it's just a fun little friend thing.
Okay, let's get into some other quick questions. If you move to live for 5 years, where would you choose? I would choose Medellin, Colombia. That's my choice.
That's so hard. Yeah, probably.
Just say one place.
Either Colombia or Mexico, but I love Mexico so much.
Pick one. Then I already picked Colombia, so you get pick a city in Mexico.
True. Okay, so I would choose San Cristobal in Mexico.
I would move to. I'd give up Medellin to come to San Cristobal.
Okay.
Also, when you can travel at Chai, God bless.
Nice.
Chase doesn't wear a band either, so okay, I'm not out here alone. Totally agree, Stephanie.
Yeah.
I was really enjoying that conversation. By the way,
know.
So.
Yeah, we could rant about US all day.
But this is also our live, and that's the problem. Right? We can just keep going. Okay, let's see. Holiday plans. We can talk
holiday
about that.
Plans. Yeah. So we are leaving on Tuesday to go visit my family. They live in Washington State, in Spokane, Washington, and we're gonna
Shout out to Jack Lewis, by the way, from One of a Kinds.
Oh, nice.
Good to see you, brother.
Good to see you. So yeah, we're gonna go up there on Tuesday. I'll be there for a couple of weeks,
Mhm.
and then you're actually gonna be back here for Christmas.
Mhm.
We're not gonna be together on Christmas, which might seem a little bit
Christmas Day.
weird, but we literally spend all of our time together. So.
We talk about this. Like sometimes we'll miss it, like Christmas,
Yeah.
because we're dealing with the two families. But like we didn't spend yesterday together because I was at a bachelor party and it was very weird. Like
it was very weird. Oh, it probably feels.
I called you 3 times.
Weird.
I think I was like, babe, this is a little.
I know it's weird to not be together, but it is good sometimes because we're together all the time.
Yeah, we need space.
So yeah. Are you planning to meet up with Trent and Allie? Hopefully, if like Christian was saying earlier, I don't know if you heard that, but South America feels like it's very close, but it's really not.
Yeah.
It is the tip of South America and both tips of South America are the same distance that Alaska to Panama is.
Yeah.
So it is a huge amount of space, and so sometimes things don't work out, but hopefully if our paths do cross, of course we're going to hang out with them.
We'd love to hang out with them. We love those guys, obviously.
Yeah. Would travel in South America be much more difficult without a van? That's a super interesting question.
There's so many good questions.
I
know. We gotta go through quicker. Yeah. So I want to holiday plans, or someone asked about our full plans. I'll tell you really quickly, because if anyone's been to these countries, I put our email in the chat and I'll do it again. Email me all the recommendations you can. Thanks, man.
Live. Hey.
Cheers, brother. Appreciate that.
Thank you so much. Dude, it would be awesome to meet you whenever
Would love to.
We're in the area.
Also, shout out to Vancouver. Would love to go back up there sometime soon.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's keep clicking through. Oh, sorry. Okay, so if you guys have recommendations for these countries, please email us. I'm putting the email in the chat. Boom. Okay, Here we go. And okay, so we're going to start. We're in Peru right now. We're in Cusco, Peru. We've got a couple of more months of things to do in Peru, and we're pretty planned for that. But then we're going to be going through Bolivia, and then we're going to obviously be going all the way down. But I don't know Chile or Argentina, like where we're going to be in both of those countries. So Bolivia, Chile, Argentina, Uruguay, and then Brazil. So if you've been to any of those, hit us with recommendations.
Yeah.
Barium, Barium exposure. You know the answer to that. Hello. Sarah and Luca. How are you guys?
Much. Oh my word.
Sarah and Luca, you guys have been coming up in conversation nonstop
we
because
miss you guys.
Everyone wants to get to know you, and we feel like the cool ones because we're in with the Italians, you know?
Oh man.
Okay, so there were some other good questions
here. Questions. I want to answer this one really fast. Would travel in South America be much more difficult without a van? So it's a very interesting question. The backpacker culture in South America is growing substantially.
Yes.
We kind of feel like it's the next Southeast Asia.
For sure.
There's a lot of Europeans there that are traveling. There's a lot of hostels, a lot of transportation companies. So it is, I think, fairly feasible to get around and go places, and a lot of people do it. You won't hit as many spots, which is just like kind of the reality of backpacking versus van life, but it definitely is super doable. And if you have like 5 weeks and you want to go have a great backpack experience, I would recommend South America. 100%. Sure. Yeah.
I think what Aubry said is perfect though. It limits what you're going to see. So like in Peru, there's this badass company called Peru Hop that we were actually like wanting to work with, but we didn't actually need to work with buses at the time. But they're super dope. And basically what they do is they just, bus backpackers to all the hot spots. And they have a lot of spots. So you could easily fly into Lima, do something like Peru Hop, hit a ton of spots in Peru, and every single country is going to have something like that. But all of our favorite spots are the random off-the-road spots, like middle of nowhere spots that, campfire on the beach with 2 other vans with no one there type of spots. So like those moments, I think would be more challenging to come by.
For sure.
But
there's a lot of really cool cities like Christian mentioned Medellin, and Medellin would be way easier as a backpacker than it was as a van lifer. Like it was hard to find places to park and stuff. Hey, Indie Projects.
Hey guys,
nice to see you.
We are shipping our van to Canada in a couple of months.
I didn't know that. That's exciting.
That's awesome. Well, we're going to be around Canada sometime sooner or later, so we'd love to meet up sometime. And we're not very good with Canada. Like Canada is so big. I don't know if you guys have been to Canada before, but it is going to blow your mind how big Canada is. And I feel like we've done Toronto, like we could tell you about that city. And then we've done a little bit of Vancouver.
A little bit of BC.
Vancouver Islands.
Yeah. But Canada is one of those that it's so close to home for us that I think we're putting it off.
Yeah, true. It kind
We're
of
trying
feels
to
like
do
our own backyard.
Yeah, we're trying to do like the harder stuff, the stuff that's further away first while we're young and fresh.
When we're like in our 60s, we're going to do Canada.
Exactly.
No, we're thinking actually about doing an Alaska to Canada trek after South America is done.
Yeah.
But Indie Project, you guys should ask Van City Van Life. He was just in the chat, and he's in Vancouver, and he would for sure know.
Yeah.
There were some other interesting questions about Christmas, like how do you guys feel about gift giving on the
holidays? Yeah. So we both have a lot of siblings. So because of that, we actually, for both of our families, we draw names. So we are only getting gifts for one person in the family.
Right.
So that's really awesome. I think that's a great way to do it, where you can get one really high quality gift for someone, and everybody kind of gets that nice thing that they're going to use. And like my sister got me, and she was texting me, asking me exactly what do I want for Christmas? What am I actually going to use? And that's a nice thing to do, I think, to eliminate, or, not eliminate completely waste, but like you're getting stuff for people that they actually will use.
Right.
And then the other thing that we were able to do is for our gifts this year, we were able to get them all in Peru. We went to the markets there, and
literally all, it was so dope. Like we only spent like $30 or $40 a person, and we got the coolest gifts ever. You know, because it was all like handmade, cool ass stuff.
So it was really unique, and like
we got those there too.
Yeah, true. And stuff that our family members are gonna use, and also we were able to support the local artisans there, which always feels amazing when we're traveling. So I think there's really intentional ways to do it, and we try to do it that way. I don't think that getting gifts for people is all bad necessarily, but I do think that there should be more intention with them for sure.
Dude, there's so many good things in here. I want to answer a couple of questions for real, but we got to go lightning round for like 5 questions. Okay. Hello to Kansas City. Kansas City is unbelievable. One of the most underrated places.
Love Kansas City.
Indie Project, put Kansas City on your list because no one's going to tell you that, but it's amazing.
Yeah.
Also, Indie Project, if you guys are ever in Texas, you got a home in Austin, come say hey. And then couldn't agree more with extra touch ups. Tyler, obviously my NBA team is the Spurs. It's
my
been a
NBA
hard
team
year.
is the Spurs too.
She was a Laker, then I converted her.
Yeah.
Also the Black Hills, another extremely underrated part of. We actually did Kansas City and the Black Hills very early on in our van lifing.
Oh, the Black Hills are in South Dakota?
By the Badlands, right?
Yes.
I think
so cool, dude.
And then Katana Original for sure. I mean, I will do expansions every once in a while, but for sure Original is the thing. Okay, let's see what else we got though.
In White 315. Whoa! Wait, what's your
what's your
actual name?
In White 03.
We don't know who you are.
Because we also obviously knew you. I definitely dressed up as the Easter Bunny at that church. Okay, anyways. Okay, so Encompass Adventure. We bought a van for Christmas. Wow, that's a great Christmas present. Normally I like to go out, talk to my husband. We decided Sprinter van was enough, and we just started our build last.
That's so exciting.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Super exciting, guys. Oh, amazing. We got a lot of new van lifers in here for the new year. New van life.
Super exciting.
What advice do you have? Oh, hello, Melissa. Glad you like the sweater. Shout out to the Van Life sweater, by the way.
The Van Life sweater crew. Anybody else have the Van Life sweater?
Why are you not in the Van Life sweater crew, baby?
Okay, hold on one second.
Wow, guys. Got the floor all to myself. Oh, yeah. I remember you guys. Hello. I hope you're doing well.
Oh, that's right. I think your daughter was really scared of Christian. If I remember correctly.
Yeah, that could be. Oh, thank you, Sherry.
Oh, thank you, Sherry.
Really appreciate that. She keeps asking about van life socks. Believe it or not, we really want to drop some van life
We actually
socks.
been talking about doing that.
Okay, we need to.
I'm so glad to hear that somebody wants that.
Yeah, nice job with the Van Life sweater crew. Okay, we need to get on. Like we were on so many rants, and then just lost all of them. So
okay, hold on. Let's go back and see.
We got a lull in the chat, guys. Let's get some good questions.
Get some questions. Let's go.
For the holidays, though, we're going. I'm going a week to Aubrey. She's going 2 weeks. And then I always go out to my grandparents in East Texas, and they have a bunch of land out there, and it's really, really fun. So we're gonna go do a classic Christmas. Do you guys recommend self-building or buying a pre-built van? Self-building.
Definitely self-building.
Like,
for sure.
we can go into a conversation about it, but short answer is self-building. The long answer would be like, I've done 2 self-builds now, but and Derek keeps asking about the engine. I'll answer that in a minute, Derek. The first self-build we were much less involved with. The second self-build, we did everything, like absolutely everything. And the second build, first of all, is better, which is interesting because we are not builders and we don't consider ourselves to be like particularly crafty or handy. Like, we're okay, but not like, I would have not expected us off, to be really frank, if we hadn't like already done it once. But the second one was better, and we knew whenever something broke, we knew why it broke because we built that thing and we had the tools. So like, over the next couple of years, as things have broken, we know how to fix everything because we did it ourselves. And that's the difference. Plus, it's way cheaper. It's way more fun. Seriously, it's like self-built.
Definitely. And I think the other thing is, you might have said this because I was
Taryn asked for a Van Life sweater.
That's my sister.
Sister's in the chat right now asking for a Van Life sweater. Yeah, Taryn, definitely, obviously.
I sent some to the family, so maybe you can get them from them.
No, we'll bring more. We'll bring more, Taryn.
We can bring more.
I thought it was like one of our random people in the chat. I was like, well, you can buy a Van Life sweater for Christmas. But nope.
No, Taryn, don't worry. You don't have to buy one.
Okay, hold on. There's some other stuff. So about the engine. This is Derek Travers. Okay, so I missed your first question, Derek. Feel free to like put it down there.
I think he was saying that he's having trouble with his Sprinter engine.
Okay, so Sprinters.
Unfortunately, we've heard this a lot.
Sprinter engines are questionable, my dude. Like, it's a real bummer. I still would recommend Sprinters because like they've worked for us. They're diesel, which is amazing. So you get an insane amount of miles out of them. Mileage is really good. We get 25 miles per gallon, more or less, which is just insane for a van that big. So all those things I'd recommend Sprinters for, but Sprinter engines are a little bit iffy. We had to replace ours immediately after getting the van. Now, granted, that was over 3 years ago, and we have not had a single problem with the engine. Like, it's been a beauty, but we had to replace ours. Eamon and Beck have had to replace theirs. If you guys remember that mess in Mexico.
And we've heard a lot of people have had to replace theirs, but it's usually the 07, 08 range, which is what we have an 07 and Eamon and Beck have an 08.
That's true.
So I think maybe there was some kink there.
Well, and it was weird. Like, we've got a ProMaster, so it's still like it's a Mercedes. Everything in it is a Mercedes.
It's not a ProMaster.
Or a Freightliner. Sorry, I'm an idiot. We got a Freightliner, but like it's a different, I don't know, it's a different company selling and fixing the cars they didn't make. So it's like kind of a mess.
Yeah.
But
so sorry, I think that was Derek was his name.
Derek. Yeah. Sorry to be a party pooper, but that doesn't surprise. But I will say, non-engine related in South America, we haven't had any engine problems. But
a couple brake problems because like
that's what I was gonna say.
We'll be on these crazy inclines and our brakes just get a lot of wear and tear. But
definitely. I think the mountain driving is really taking its toll on the van. Like, the axle thing snapped the other day. That's fixed. But right now our brakes are just freaking out on us. Like, oh my God. The drive to Cusco, the last big drive we did, our electrical, it just started going on the fronts. And it said all of our brakes were out and they just started feeling weird. They weren't all out. It was just electrical, but like they started feeling weird. And it was just the most stressful thing I've ever experienced. It's terrible.
Yeah. The last, not gonna lie, month and a half of South America was probably one of the more stressful periods of our lives.
It was nuts. That's why we're really grateful for this rest because it's time for rest. Okay, there's other things in here. Let's see. This is a little bit.
Hey, Julian. Shout out to the Van Fam.
Hey, shout out Van Fam. Hello, Julian. How have you guys been? Just tuned in. We've been dope, dude. We've been back for a few weeks now and just having the best time. I don't know if you guys know this, but like we said, we live in a house. We own a house with my grandparents. And it's just super fun. Like, they're the best, man. Like, we hang out with them all the time. They're really chill. So we get to see them all the time. And then 3 minutes away is my family. And that's my, like, 2 youngest brothers are still at home. My parents are still there. And like all my siblings are always moving in through Austin. And so it's like very fun. We're very plugged in here. And almost have too much going on. It's one of those places where like, just because I grew up here and we live here now, like, you know, you plug right in and then all of a sudden you're too busy instantly. So And Charlie said you guys have gained a few pounds. Listen, dude.
That's good.
Yes. Yes. I feel like I typically have a pound or two to lose, to be honest. But like after that sickness, it was like.
Yeah, we didn't even show. We got really sick in South America right at the end. So we didn't show that. Didn't want to bring the channel down too much.
You guys need to see that.
Grab a computer charger.
You just keep leaving me, huh? All right, guys. Back to being just me. Stick with me. Let's answer some of your other questions. I'll go on fast mode. Europe tour. Oh, hey, Emma. I remember Emma. Someday for sure, Emma. Definitely. Europe is expensive though. Like I feel like we were so spoiled by the prices in South America, and now even just being back in Austin, it's like ay ay ay, it is so much. Let's see. Mileage with diesel though, you don't have to add diesel additive on top of gas and oil. Oh yeah, so we have added additive a few times, but actually diesel is getting much better in South America, much better very quickly. So even something 5 years ago about the America might not be accurate of diesel in South America now.
But it's different country to country too. That's important to say. Like I've heard that Bolivia has really low quality diesel, but then we didn't experience that necessarily in like.
Got to answer this because she keeps asking, and I have a great answer for it.
What's your favorite Austin vegan spot? The first place we went was
Arlo's Burgers.
Yeah, if you guys live in Austin or you're visiting Austin and you haven't had Arlo's before, definitely go get some Arlo's.
But I will say, if you just want a burger these days, Aubrey's been hitting up Burger King's Impossible Burger quite a bit, which this girl is such a junk food sucker. Like, she's so healthy. I don't get it, guys. Like, she is so incredibly healthy 95% of the time. And then the other 5%, all she wants to do is just eat the worst food. And she'll slam like 5 days.
Also, there's so much vegan junk food now that I'm just having to hate it.
The signal is fading.
Yeah, if one person's saying it, doesn't matter.
Okay.
It could be on there.
Okay. Let's see here. Would you ever come to the East Coast of Canada? A couple people asking about Canada. Yes, absolutely would come to the East Coast of Canada.
Definitely. Canada's high on our list of places that we want to like very much explore. Especially since it's so accessible. We don't need visas to go there or anything. Yeah. So
and it's just so incredibly gorgeous. We know a lot of people there. And it's just Canada is cool, man. Like the people are amazing in Canada. Obviously the nature is amazing. The one thing about Canada that's rough is just how like weak the food is. No offense, Canadians, but you know, if you're in Toronto or something, it's fine. But I don't know. You guys eat a lot of bland stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would love like the East Coast would be unreal. And you know what? We haven't ever really done the East Coast of the U.S. Like I used to live on the East Coast of the U.S. for I don't know a year.
Yeah.
In Massachusetts and D.C. So I've definitely been to the East Coast, but I haven't. Whoa, chill, bro. Chill, Mr. Jones. We're not trying to. Let's see here. Is that it? All right, moving on, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, just remove those real quick.
All right.
Okay, we're good. Let's just move on.
Anyways.
Okay. Thank you so much, Sherry. You're so sweet. Thank you so much.
Aww.
What's next in South America? Are you looking forward to? Okay, very next. So we're in Cusco, Peru. So in Cusco, you've got Machu Picchu, you've got the Rainbow Mountains, you've got the Sacred Valley, you've got all sorts of crazy stuff. So because we got sick, we weren't hiking as much anymore, and that's part of why we knew we needed the break because we're at Machu Picchu. We're in some of the greatest hikes in the world right now. We need to be thrilled to go on these hikes. Like we went down to Arequipa to hike the Colca Canyon, and we were too sick to hike it. And we were like, well, this is so dumb. Like, what's the point in pushing forward, just eking more out of yourself if you're going to be so tired. So our goal is when we go back to have boundless energy and health and hopefully immediately do those huge ass hikes or train for them a little bit, but then do a bunch of hikes. But we're going to do all that area. We're going to go down to that big lake at the bottom of Peru between that and Bolivia. We're going to do Bolivia, the salt flats. I still don't know if we're going to do the crazy route. Have we talked about that? That crazy off-road type.
Oh, yeah.
Where it freezes all the time.
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Anyways, we'll see. And then we're going to do Chile, Argentina, and then probably Uruguay, and then probably Brazil is the goal. But that's going to be a majority of next year. We'll probably be in South America till September, October at least. So
definitely.
This is very ballpark. We don't know. You know what I mean? This is very, very rough plan,
For sure.
Yeah. So
Emma, of course we remember you. Hi, nice to see you again. She asked, would you ever consider getting a pet in the van? We have tossed and turned about this so much.
Yes.
It's a really hard decision because it obviously changes your life so drastically.
Mm-hmm.
To have we'd have a dog most likely.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have a dog.
Well, I mean, we really considered it recently. Like my parents have
Mhm.
this incredible dog that we love. He is like just a wonderful being in the world. He's so sweet.
Amazing.
If you guys remember from a really long time ago, well, I guess just over a year ago,
Yeah.
year and a few months ago, we actually had him in our van for like 2 weeks, and we took him out to New Mexico to go visit Eamon and Beck. And his name's Dash, super beautiful German Shepherd. And we loved having him in the van. It was the coolest thing ever. And we were honestly really thinking about bringing him down to South America. But we've heard of people who say their dog gets a weird infection in South America and you can't bring the dog home. Or like a lot of Patagonia, you can't bring pets.
Yeah,
so
some like
it's,
national parks and stuff.
I mean, obviously, like basically, every one of our friends, whether it's like, all the friends you guys know, or if it's Henry and Hannelin who have the dog, or like
Wando Tails, yeah.
Wando Tails who have the dog, or like whoever has, obviously Trent and Allie, everybody like has their dogs, but it can be done. It just limits you, and it's a challenge.
For sure.
And so we
And I
really
think
thought about it.
The main thing for us is flying with a dog. Like that would be necessary to fly with a dog, and that, I don't know, like it's definitely a consideration. Don't necessarily want to put a dog, especially this dog who has a little bit of anxiety. So,
but I definitely, oh geez, we're not having a baby. Get that juju out of here. No babies.
No.
But maybe a dog. But like once we get back to this, we both love to have a dog.
For
like,
sure, yeah.
Dogs are the best.
But
dogs
especially, I think we both just realize like you need to if you're gonna have a dog, you need to have the right life for a dog. And our life right now is not completely conducive unless we want to make some drastic changes. And so
it's not just about making it work. It's like we want the dog. Like this dog's a German Shepherd that we were thinking about, and we're like, this dog needs to be running like 50 miles a day. You know what I mean? Like he can't be cooped up like that.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Hold on. So we've got back to rapid fire questions, guys.
Okay.
Hi, back to the UK. You both have the coolest baby. Well, thank you. We plan on having the coolest baby, but not for like 10 more years.
That's a pretty good compliment.
Don't want a dog that cool. No. We actually do. We're not just like trying to back out. Like we genuinely want a dog.
Yeah.
But it's just not feasible.
Yeah. I'm
But we've had bad experiences of getting in over our heads and stuff like that before, and just want to be very careful that we provide a great home for the dog.
Yeah.
Let's see. If you don't put that baby curse, don't put that baby. Yeah, exactly. Don't you put that baby curse on us. What else we got here? Leave Everything You Wanted. Did pay $800 for their truck.
Yeah.
Let's see. So someone's pipping me about saying that Canadian food's bad. Well, listen, I've had good Canadian food. I just I think it's more of like your local cuisine is questionable, but like that doesn't mean all the restaurants are bad. But thank you for the invite, and we will totally come out. Let's see. Is that everything? Oh, this one I wanted to touch on. So Nick Thomas asked about Guyana, Suriname, and French Guyana. If you guys don't know, that's the like little strip of countries next to Venezuela and above Brazil, and it's kind of like almost, I don't know, maybe the more overlooked area of South America. At least speaking for myself, I would love to, this is a good question for later. I'd love to go to those countries, obviously, but there are a bunch of challenges. Number one is Brazil is monstrously big. Mental.
I'm not even sure that I'm ready for Brazil this year.
No.
I want to do Brazil eventually, but I don't know if it's
well, yeah, that's the most of you. I think we will, but we'll see. I'm very pro Brazil right now. But
I'm anti spending another full year in Latin America in a van because it was tough.
A full year. Yeah.
So that's all I think.
Anyways, but I think that Brazil is just so big. Like driving all the way up it sounds like it wouldn't be a big deal, but it would be like insane, man.
Yeah.
Like, that puts driving back and forth across Canada to shame. It's like the roads are so bad. It would take so much longer. So I think that's the challenge. And then Venezuela is not safely enterable at the moment. So your access from the Colombia side, because it seems like, why wouldn't you just drive through Venezuela and then go to those? That's what we'd like to do. And obviously Venezuela is like one of my top countries in the world to visit, dying to visit. It's just not the time right now. But we'd like to drive through there, but we can't. So I just think it would be too much of a journey to get up. And Brazil only gives 90-day visas. You can't I don't even know how the hell we'd make it all the way up
Right.
and explore them. And then like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's just such a massive country. If you guys look at a map, like basically there's all of South America and Brazil.
Yeah.
And Brazil is just such a huge chunk of it. And so yeah. Anyways, so we're still trying to figure it out. We would love to do those countries, but we have so much time. Like I think it's easy. One of the things that a lot of travelers talk about all the time is it's so easy to say yes to everything, because there's so many things to say yes to, so many awesome experiences you can have. But it is really, really important, I think, for sustainability's sake and to make sure that you're still enjoying the travel, to know when to say yes and when to say no. And so we are prepared, I think, to say no to some countries if we need to, just to make sure that we're still enjoying our life and making it sustainable and all that.
That's an awesome way to put it. I completely agree. Like, we continue to find that doing less but doing it better is the way to go.
Yeah.
You know, like Aubrey said, it is so easy to say yes to everything. But, you know, even like going through Ecuador now, obviously we were kind of forced through Ecuador this time. But even so, we looked around and we were like, this is one of the most incredible places we've ever seen. We have to just come back here.
Yeah.
You know, we got to do Galapagos. We just.
Yeah, for sure. So somebody asked what the best food we had ever had on the road was.
Oh, yeah.
Mexico has the best food. Wouldn't you say?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, Mexico, like, not only is it so easy to find amazing like produce and things like that, like they even have amazing vegan stuff. They're actually very accommodative towards vegans, and they have their own products.
They're also just like really rich. Like Mexico's so developed and rich that
Super
they've got those sort of luxury accommodations, like vegan accommodations that other countries.
Yeah, but there were a lot of restaurants. We went into Querétaro. If you guys remember Querétaro, it's like kind of our home base in Mexico. We have a lot of really good friends there, and the food there is so amazing. There's so many amazing vegan restaurants, and I felt like, well, we were in Querétaro probably for a couple weeks this stint, and we were eating amazing food every single day.
Yeah,
it was so good.
I will say most of the Latin American countries don't have as distinctive of a cuisine as Mexico.
Yeah,
they will all have some variations. Like actually, Peru has an extremely distinctive cuisine as well. So we've been really enjoying Peruvian food. A lot of it is seafood or other things that can be tricky for us. But you know, in general, it's like very distinctive and unique food. Most countries though is like, you know, comida del dia. You've got like a meat, you've got rice and beans, you've got a soup, you've got a tiny salad, and it's like, that's what you eat every day. So it's really good, and there's variations in that, right? Like everyone has their own rice and beans, and like there's so many different rice and beans we've learned how to make now, whether it's like gallo pinto or it's the Caribbean patacones and coconut rice or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
But
there have been rice and beans like sitting in our pantry for the last few weeks, and I do not want to touch rice and beans right now. We've eaten so much rice and beans this last year.
Insane. Let's do another quick rapid fire.
Yeah.
What's your favorite coffee or juice? I don't really understand that question.
Coffee or maybe just like
what's your favorite
beverage?
Coffee or juice?
Yeah.
Ooh, both.
Love Querétaro. Good.
Okay, someone says, why not do van life swaps? You just buy fuzz. I don't really understand what you're saying.
So like use someone else's van for a second?
Because it's kind of like moving into someone else's home.
Yeah.
I do it, but like.
We've actually tossed it around. There were like before we went into South America and we were like considering it, we had some friends, it was Max and Lee actually, that were like, hey, do you guys want to come try it out, see if you like South America and like take care of Aki for a second. So I think like if you know the people and you know their van, then it could work. Like I think it would be
definitely could work. But it's also like say you wanted to go check out Portland for the summer and your buddy was in Portland and they wanted to check out like Austin. And it would be like, do you guys want to move into each other's houses for a month? It would be like, okay, that would be interesting, but like a little
it's a lot to
odd.
Yeah.
Okay, quickly. So Chase and Jess said, or one of you guys said, Brazil is nearly as big as the US. That's quite a commitment. Yes. And imagine if the US was like all really sketchy roads or back roads or no roads or like it's even saying that doesn't begin to like define how crazy something like that is, right? Like everything takes so much longer. You know, we must just to get from one end of Colombia to the other, we must have driven 40 hours, do you think?
At least.
I'm saying just like on like a direct route.
Like if we had just driven, I would say 60, dude.
Well,
it was
we did drive 60.
Yeah.
But it's because we did a bunch of
Yeah.
other stuff. I bet it was 30 to 40 hours of just like straight shot. And if you drove 30 or 40 hours straight shot in the States, you could easily make it from one side of the States to the other, I think, in 40 hours.
I think less than that.
well, 24 hours from LA to Austin. So it's probably be 40, 50 hours. But like that's how insane it was to get from one side of Colombia to the other, which is only the size of Texas. It took as long as one side of from LA to, you know, Miami or something. So
right.
It's a whole nother world.
Exactly. Kenny Carver asks, how is the Wi-Fi/cell signal for mapping and navigation in South America? So we use Google Fi actually, which is amazing. It sounds too good to be true, but it really is not. It's unlimited data anywhere in the world. I think 3 countries in the Middle East that they don't have data for. So for us and our situation, it's perfect. Yeah. And honestly, we never really had trouble. Like the only times that we wouldn't have cell signal
had trouble at all
were when the same exact times you wouldn't have cell signal in the US, like in
the
middle of nowhere. Yeah. But honestly, I feel like being back in the US, I am almost surprised we don't have as good of cell signal.
I know it's equally good in Latin America with freaking Google Fi.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's. I mean, I'm just enjoying Chile. Do you want to keep going, or do you want to wrap it up in an hour? Or?
Let's keep going for a few minutes.
All right. Well, keep the questions coming, guys. We usually just do an hour of this, but it's already been an hour. This is like the chillest one ever. So it's fun to hang out with you guys. So if you keep asking questions, we'll keep answering for a while.
Let's go back up.
But we'll do it. Okay, let's start. Mic around here. Okay, so someone said a cooking blog. Well, we thought about, interestingly, guys, we thought about making like a rice, not even a rice and beans base, but like just like the different like ways that people make these basic meals in South America. Thought about making a little vegan version because we do know how to make a bunch of nasty good
from like all different countries. The funnest thing I think about cooking in our travels this last year has been that we've kind of adopted all of these different normal cuisines from the different countries.
Oh wow, people do holiday swaps. I'm learning about this.
Yeah, when you were saying that, I was like, I think it's more normal than you think.
I'm not saying it's like unheard of. I'm just like the same way with vans. It's not like it's unheard of. It's just like
I think that it makes more sense to go live in someone else's apartment than it does to drive someone else's van. Like that's a very big commitment, and if something were to happen, then who's liable? I don't know. It's just
like, what's the worst that's gonna happen in an apartment? You like break their dish,
right, exactly. But if you're driving someone else's van in like a different country, it's a lot. So I think
let's smash these out. Aaron Harper says yellow fever vaccine, not yet, but before Brazil.
Yeah.
Do you have a new van or planning? We can do every other one because I.
Do you have a new van or planning on getting a new van? We are not planning on getting a new van right now. Our van is doing great. Want to run that sucker to the ground before we get a new van.
That guy's gonna be straight. I do think we probably won't take that van out of the Americas.
Definitely, yeah.
It could do Europe, but it's just so big. We might. I mean, if we go outside, we'll just get another rig probably.
Yeah, I think we've kind of tossed around if we want to do Africa or Europe or Australia, like going over there, buying a new rig, and then selling it at the ends of our travels there. I think that would probably make a lot more sense than shipping our van at this point, because shipping is just so complicated. And I think we want to keep our van, as long as we want to, so that, maybe we want to go do Africa for a year and then come back and still have the option to like go up to Canada, go to Alaska and things like that. So, yeah.
All right. Back to rapid fire here because we only have a few minutes left. Okay. Do you prefer filming and editing or visiting? That's kind of like there's no way to answer that question because they're so different, in my opinion.
Yeah, they are really different.
And they complement each other. Like when we're filming a place and capturing it, it makes it more fun and fulfilling. You know what I mean? In my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
And then I think even when you visit somewhere through the lens of like filming it, it challenges you to do more. It challenges you to meet more people. It challenges you to like go do that fun thing that you might have passed on. But especially in a van, sometimes like, to be frank, like there are a different brand of van lifer maybe who is mostly just like sitting by the van all day. It's like, God bless. If that's your thing, sit by the van. Yeah. But for us, like, come on, we're here only a few times in our life, maybe once.
Yeah.
Like, we don't want to just do that. And so, at least, in no judgment, I'm just saying.
Right.
But like, I think filming makes us get out and do things.
And it's also a way to, this might sound weird, but like to pay for entry to do certain things, it really justifies that. I think a lot of the people you're talking about are like really money conscious and have to be because they have such a limited budget. So, you know, they're spending more time at the free beaches rather than going to the national parks that might have more interesting things going on. And we're able to justify those costs because we can monetize it. So it's really nice.
Yes. Okay. There's so much good stuff in here.
Nice.
And the problem is that if we stay on longer, it's just going to be more and more good stuff. But we got to answer some of these. Oh my goodness. There's so much good stuff. Rapid fire, baby. Rapid fire.
Okay, let's go.
We're really bad at rapid fire.
Yeah.
I need you to go fast.
How long do you guys see yourself doing van life? Off and on for as long as we want. Yeah. But now that we have this house, we can swap and it's nice.
Definitely part-time for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
Takes anywhere. Okay, so come back, San Antonio. Hey, what's up, Brandon?
Hey.
Brandon. Okay, we're gonna be visiting on the 18th of January, that weekend. You hit me up, bro, or I'll hit you up. I would kill to hang. We are for sure hanging.
Super fun.
Okay, Jen. Hello, Jen. Smiley. Hola, mis amigos. Interesting new podcast. My definitely podcast of the year was season 3 of Serial.
Super important, especially if you live in the States.
Most important podcast I've ever heard in my life.
Very important to listen to.
Okay, let's keep clicking quickly. What's your favorite part of Texas versus South America?
Oh, versus South America.
Oh, like what do you enjoy most about being back?
Oh, I see.
Just AC and showers.
Not even AC. I don't need this to be climate controlled. I just want to shower and have a toilet. But also just this is the main thing actually, is like doing business is so much easier. So when we needed to go shopping to find certain like furniture or things like that for our house, it's easy to find those. Whereas in South America, and this is just, I think, true for the rest of the country, the US is very set up for shopping. Like we can basically procure anything we need in the US. Whereas in South America, it wasn't the case. So it was like a week-long process to track down very important things that we needed for our life. So that's probably one of my favorites.
I think we should just answer like one more and then wrap it up here. And I like what it is. New Year's resolution. What's your New Year's resolution?
Ooh.
And then and by the way, after we answer this, we'll tell you guys what we're going to be up to, what you can expect from us, etc. New Year's resolution. What is it, baby?
Wow.
What are you resolved to do? 2020.
Oh my God. Honestly,
actually, what did you resolve last year? What was your 2019?
Oh, that's a really good.
This year?
I really wanted to grow in confidence this last year. And I think that I really did that. Like I wanted to be more what's the word that I'm looking for? Like self-sustaining almost.
Sure. Like you drew your confidence from inside, not from feedback.
Yeah, exactly. Not from feedback from other people. That's a great one. And I think that like, I honestly really did that. I think one of the craziest things that Latin America challenged me in this last year was being able to laugh at myself. Oh,
you're good.
Because we couldn't communicate with people all the time. And so sometimes I would say something really stupid and, you know, I'd get made fun of, but then I would laugh with them.
Yeah.
And I think that I'm bringing that to all aspects of my life and being able to take myself less seriously, being able to be more confident in who I am and not require like other people to think I'm super dope to think that I'm super dope myself.
Very existential New Year's goal.
Yeah, but like I think I did it. So
well, done. Check the confidence off.
How about you?
Shout out to Ryan, by the way, another San Antonio homie. What's good, dude? No, I want to hear what your 2021 is.
No, the thing is I haven't figured it out.
Still in the works?
Yet. Yeah, it's really still in the works. I have a lot of things that I'm tossing around. But I think maybe we can do another live in January and I'll have an update about that. Yeah.
Mine, I haven't figured out 2020s because I actually take New Year's resolutions extremely seriously. It's my favorite holiday. I love doing them. But my one for last year, I had a lot of anxiety in 2018 and I wanted to be really I felt like 2019 was my year to become grounded and stop taking everything as seriously and stop holding everything as tight and just to be frank, I just needed the anxiety to stop because it was really souring everything. And it did, man. It was amazing. It was a lot of intentionality. CBD oil helped. Some other CBD oil related activities helped. But really, I think it was one thing that helped is obviously a lot of anxiety we drew from social media, right? I think that drives a lot of people's anxiety and it's definitely drives ours because we're on it all the time because it's our job and we love doing it. But I think I at least had gotten really obsessive about it. And then I have been taking time, little tricks you can put in your life. I don't, neither of us check views or anything for it. So we were like, this isn't important, and if we obsess over it, it's going to feel important. And tricks like that, I think that was like how, like,
just having those boundaries in your life,
having the boundaries. That's so true, right? Because like, if you don't give yourself any boundaries, at least for me, I'm such a panicker and I'm so manic that like I'll just get really ADHD and I'm checking everything and I'm going, freaking out, and then all of a sudden I never sleep. And it's like, if I manage my life with those boundaries, it's knowing what's gonna, you know, provide that peace. And
totally.
so I don't know about 2020, but it's 2020 vision. We're seeing clearly in 2020 on
Love
this.
it.
So it's definitely going to be something about that.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us.
Hold on. Don't leave yet, though. Don't leave, though. You can't talk like that. We have things to tell you. What are you doing? We have to tell everybody what we're going to be up to.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I was going to close it.
Oh, I thought you were about to hang up.
Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say a couple things. First of all, Van Life sweaters are still available. I hope you guys like these. They are, Christmas is coming soon. So like over the next couple of days, you guys can still order them, and they probably will still come for Christmas, but it's very much on the edge right now.
Yeah, I can't guarantee it.
So if you guys want these, I would say the sooner the friggin' better.
So
but we're really happy to get these out. They've been fun. And then in January, we're going to have like 2 more videos coming this year, wrapping things up, have a really good recap. So I hope you guys enjoy all of that. And we're going to hopefully do another live or 2, because this is like, I don't want to be too unplugged.
True.
But January, we're mostly going to be taking off. But keep an eye out, because we've got some really fun things coming up. We've actually got some little pins coming up and all sorts of things we're going to drop.
Lots of special things in the works. That's kind of our favorite thing about being back, is we can do a lot of development like that. We're coming up with a lot of really fun new things to introduce to the community. So we're super excited about that. And yeah, so we will be putting out 2 more videos this year that we're super excited about. And then, like Christian said, we'll be taking January mostly off, but we'll probably do some lives to like hang out with you guys. But
don't worry, guys. We're still here. We're still
totally still here.
We're not leaving van life. We're not leaving YouTube. Just taking a break.
Yeah,
and for anyone out there who is doing YouTube, who is watching this, you guys need to learn how to take some breaks, because we're finally learning it 3 years into this thing. And, you know, anyways.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else that you want to share with the squad members while we got everybody on?
Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. You guys seriously mean the world to us.
Yeah, really. Very much so. And really make it like, I feel like this year our channel has been a very positive place, something that's brought us a lot of joy, and I hope that's brought you guys joy. And I want to find ways to keep making it more of a community, because like, it's so fun hanging out with you guys. Yeah, we'll definitely be active on Insta during the break. I think we need to do things like that. Like, you know, we need to do things like that to stay connected. But like, I want to be as connected as possible with you guys. So if you guys have ideas, like, let us know, because I mean, we're going to try to do an Austin meetup for sure.
Yeah.
We're going to try.
Yeah.
But I want to like, I don't know. I want this to feel like a big family where we can help each other out and we can love on each other and provide support, encouragement. So I would love to hear your thoughts. But anyway, we should probably head out, huh?
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you guys so much for coming, all of you guys who did. And we will see you very soon.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, Happy all the other things. And enjoy the family. I hope it's not stressful for you guys, and instead is a very fulfilling, happy time.
So true.
And all right. Love you guys. Enjoy the Christmas holidays, and we'll see you soon.
Okay. Ciao, everybody. Bye.
Ciao. Ciao, ciao, ciao.